Welcome to the Kent Lapp Podcast.
You mentioned gaining some insight from therapy. Is that something you're actively receiving?
Oh, yeah.
Have been for a long time, or?
I did it before back in LA. I started back again here about 4 months ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it was a particularly trying season of life, or because you were dealing with some things from the past that cropped up, or what's the...
Yeah and yeah.
Okay.
yeah and yeah. 19 was tough. It was tough business-wise. It was tough relationship-wise. And my doctor, actually, I went to see him, and he told me that, because there's never been a stigmatism on therapy for me. I know that for some people...
I'm the same. I know it's out there, but I don't care.
It's never been a stigmatism for me, but I kind of... You know how you can get into saying that you need to do something? Like, I know. And you don't... I'm not against it. No. But you still don't get up off your butt and do it.
Yeah.
I went to see my doctor, and he told me that he had started. And the analogy he gave me, he said, man, he said, every great athlete has a coach. He said, Kobe had a coach. Jordan had a coach. There's only so far you can take yourself. So if you want to perform optimally, you need some coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so for entrepreneurs, I always recommend therapy and a business coach.
Okay.
Those are two things, because the business coach is going to think outside the box of whatever, we're operators, right? We do our job. We're good at what we do. Like me personally, paperwork is not my thing. Like I loathe filling out paperwork. Like it's just
me too.
But it's one of the biggest things that you have to do when you have a business, right?
Yeah.
So having a business coach, learning how to structure your business, how to structure your company. So Guidance Whiskey is actually Guidance Enterprises.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? There's layers to that.
Yep.
Business coach taught me that.
Yep.
And then the stresses of day to day, therapy gives you tools. So things are going to happen. How am I going to process those?
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm not reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have the tools to do it, then you're going to just keep going down the same path. And that's not going to be effective.
Do you go once a week, once every other week? What's your cadence right now?
I think for the first 3 months, I was every week, every Monday. And now I'm on every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But my therapist, he told me, like, my goal is to get you out of therapy.
Okay.
Yep. So it's not something, and I know a lot of people, kind of like even with chiropractic, they're like, well, if you start, you're going to have to keep going forever and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Yep. Totally agree. Few things there. Oh, which we're jumping around, but you saying that reminded me that another thing that you were into at one point was providing chiropractor and special massage services to help people get off of opioids.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating. But the chiropractor thing, I agree with. I actually went through like a 3-month intense. Started out 3 times a week at the chiropractor, and then 2 times a week, then 1 time a week, and
corrective care.
Yep. Yeah. Now I'm every other or every 3 weeks. Yeah, maintenance exactly. But therapy. One of my closest friends is he and his wife are Black, and they have been getting a lot of benefits from therapy also recently. And their comment was that, there's a lot of stigma, or there is stigma out there about therapy in general, which I agree with. They said, though, that it's even maybe more in the Black community. Like in the Black community, it's more about like, just picking yourself up by your bootstrap and pushing through. Like, would you agree with that? Or do you think the stigma is just kind of the same across the board there?
I think it's across the board.
Okay.
But I think because they are Black, they're familiar with their community. But if you talk to some Asian people, they'll be like, therapy, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The so people can go to hydratethehood.com for that. Which I'm going to. And then, are you still doing the chiropractic and massage thing? And how does that help people with opioid addiction?
Okay, so I was a massage therapist. That's why I moved to California.
Of course you were.
Yeah, of course.
What else have you done?
Yeah, man. You pulling out all the stuff. But yeah, so that's actually why I moved to Los Angeles. So I graduated from TSU, and then I wanted to do so. Coming to college, before I came to college, I wanted to have a skill that I could make money off of in college.
Going into college, you wanted the skill.
Going
Okay.
into college. So
Okay.
I didn't have enough time to go to barber school. I actually started trying to learn how to do nails because my Tennessee State at the time had 21 girls for every guy. So I was like, man, I'm gonna learn how to do nails. I'll make money while I'm in school. And that didn't go too well, but I tried. And
Okay. You just weren't good at it or didn't like it, or
sitting down trying to, it wasn't my thing.
It doesn't sound great.
It wasn't my thing. But I mean, boy, if I had been able to do it, we'd be having a whole different conversation on my yacht right now.
Yeah.
But because when you're in college, you're never around that many people in one location ever again in your life. Like outside of high school, depending on how big your high school is. But for college, you're never,
True.
unless you go work for Google or something,
Yeah,
you're never around that many people in one location that switches out every 6 months.
Yeah.
You have one class, then you have a new class. It just rolls like that for years of just new people. So having a way to generate money from those people has always intrigued me. So I was like, I like massage therapy. So I'm like, Mom, I want to go to massage school before I go to college. She was like, you're going to go get a degree.
Yeah.
And then you can do whatever you want. So when I graduated, my degree was in business information systems. I'm minored in electrical engineering. And I walked off stage, I handed my diploma to my mom, and I've never seen it again.
Wow.
I've never, ever seen it again, and I've never used it.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Well, it's not that crazy. I'm not shocked at all, honestly.
Really?
Not really. I mean, listen, I've hired a ton of people in the day, and you know how many degrees. The only people that I ever cared about, like where they went to school, not even where they went to school, what kind of degrees they had, would be like for a CFO or something technical like that. And honestly, at that point, I cared more about their experience. Like if they were CFO at a decent sized company and a reputable company, I cared more about than their degree.
Exactly.
So I'm not shocked to hear that. Are you still glad you went to school though?
Of course.
Okay.
Like that was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And I'm not sure, and that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not sure if that's the same. Like if that'll be the same for your son or
it's what I agree with you. At this point, so I have the same questions. At this point, I am leaning towards encouraging them all to go to school. Doesn't need to be an expensive school.
Right.
But to still go. But I mean, look, it depends what they want to get into.
Yeah.
You know?
It's different now. But that network from TSU is one of the things that's actually helped me in this business. You know what I mean? Like the people that you meet. And
exactly.
but now with it being such a, I know we're jumping around, but I know with the cell phone society now, it's not even, kids don't even interact the way that they used to
when they're in school.
I
see.
You know what I mean? Like, so I remember cramming all night with people. I remember the parties. I remember doing service projects. I remember like that was part of all of my college stuff. Like my son's in college now in Chicago, and they work mostly from a computer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different. But even with him, I told him like, go to school with a skill because you're gonna be around these people. You can sell them something.
Did he?
No.
Did he?
No.
No.
No. I know you're waiting for me to be like, yeah, he's a booming business, right? No. But I believe he'll get to it though.
Yeah.
Because kind of like one of the cool things with your son sitting right here while we're doing this, he's watching.
Yeah.
He's watching. So he's being inspired, and he knows now he doesn't have to do this.
Yep.
But he can.
Yeah.
You get that?
Absolutely. I really respect that ambition. Have you always been that way?
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of people are like, okay, I'm about to go to this place where there's a lot of people together and we're taking classes together and we're having parties together and there's all these people that cycle in and out, and I'm going to go there to learn. It might cost me some money. It's definitely going to cost me time. I'm not getting paid to be there. So while I'm there, in addition to all this learning, I'm going to figure out a way to sell some of these people a valuable product that's going to benefit them and benefit me. That's a very small slice of the population.
That is, I hope when I go back and listen to this, I can write that part down because that was eloquent. That was so beautiful. That is not what I.
But that's what you did.
But that's exactly what it was. And